And here we are at this week's installment of Ezekiel Kralen's story of, let me see, are the dogs even in it this time? I think they might even be. Perturbation Navigation is the title on this, Ezekiel Kralen wrote. Email correspondence, July 19th, 2023. Hate crime committed by MC and Lister. From Ezekiel Kralen to MC and discussion. Listserv, July 19th, 12:42 a.m. On July 18th, George Dennis posted, "If the allegations contained are false, as they apparently are," I replied, "They are. I don't even have AIDS." George Dennis wrote, "This is convoluted hate speech, but distributing a poster complete with doxing information takes it to another level, that of a hate crime specifically targeting blacks and gay men, for whom the author has repeatedly expressed his extreme hatred and venom. It's one thing to express these feelings of hate, but another to publicly distribute a poster containing serious false allegations, complete with the victim's name, address, and telephone number. The deliberate, intended effect of this act was to harm and directly threaten the life and safety of the victim concerned." I replied, "Exactly. Thank you." George Dennis wrote, "I urge the San Francisco office to fully investigate this matter as a hate crime." I replied, "Oh, they're on it. They take Mr. Sewer's egregious offense very seriously. The FBI has already established right-wing extremists as domestic terrorists posing a great threat to democracy, and one of their earmarks is playing the homophobic card. Mr. Sewers fits the profile to a T." Eugene Vicious Dogs. From Ezekiel Kralen to discussion list, July 19th at 1:03 a.m. On July 18th, Mike Nazi Jerkwad Sewers, Squoinked, appears Comrade Melvin's attempts to rally the social justice warriors here in defense of poor victim Zeke isn't meeting with much success here. I replied, "I hardly think 6 active members on a trivial mailing list count very much for anything. Mr. Stupid Nazi Drama Queen closet case with hatred in his heart and foam on his mouth. You have lost big time. And once that realization hits you, boy, are you going to howl at the rooftops and beyond. From your padded cell in a straitjacket, a special one with stripes on it, woo-hoo." Subject, again he failed to pick up the dogs around 7 a.m. To my dear Watson, July 19th at 1:28 a.m. But he showed up shortly after 9. And I was outside, having just crossed 16th Street with the mutts, when he glided up on his bike, lugging that monster speaker, which I had hoped he dumped somewhere last night, in that uber-large granny cart tethered by a thick cord to the bar of the seat, and a breadbox-sized speaker set behind the seat, held firmly in place by a bungee cord, so the whole contraption, from front wheel to granny cart, tilted in an almost horizontal position, was about 12 feet long. All was surprisingly well secured and tidy, not his usual arrangement with anything, with or without a bike, with or without a shopping cart or any other wheeled carrier. He was tidy, too, clothed in a dark green watch cap, black zipper jacket, a pair of dark gray jeans, and spanking new Adidas. "Well, look who's here," I said to Flacco and Lucky as we approached. "Your master," and then dropped the leashes so they could run up to him in their joy. So much for starting a friendly morning with the vagrant I wish I didn't have to know, and why the fuck was he suddenly in my face again while in the middle of walking the dogs? "Look, I have nowhere else to stash this speaker," he politely began. "My other option fell through, so you're going to have to hold on to it for me." "No way, Jose," I replied, thinking to myself, this beastly speaker is turning out to be the demon in my world who won't go away. Though, of course, the real demon is my Cajun yoke, and the speaker just a vexing extension of his will. "So I'm just going to have to get rid of it?" "Looks that way, Deke," I retorted. "Or sell it in trade. Over the past year you've been buying larger and larger speakers without any regard for the intrusion in my life. In case you've forgotten, I live in a very small space." "No, it's not an intrusion," he blurted. "You're just being a dick. I'll carry it upstairs myself, no worries." He was moving forward on his bike with leashes in hand as we conversated. Once we reached my block, I turned to him and declared, "Nope, not going to happen. You can't ask one friend to do everything for you. Then he broke into his trademark rant, though this time soft-spoken, neither a howl nor even a raised voice. He said, I'll never see the dogs again. He'll just drop by to pick up his allowance. That would be cruel, I admonished. They need my sanctuary. It brings them so much happiness to have a comfy place to relax where they know they are safe and loved. It's just too much wear and tear on them to force them to live outdoors 24/7. He ignored that. Instead told me I may as well bring down all the dog food I have. He won't be back for a long time. No, I won't do that, Deke, but I will bring down 5 cans and a large baggie of kibble. It's upstairs and ready to go. And with that, I told him to wait a minute, and then ran upstairs to pick up the bag and deliver it to him. But when I stepped back outside, he was already way up the block toward Castro Street, almost at the corner. At first I thought, fuck it, and was about to go back inside, but instead I rushed up to him before he crossed Market Street. He was pawing through a city trash bin anyway as the pooches stood by, totally familiar with his routine. Here, take this, I said, while holding out the bag. He took it, upon which I said, You forgot to give me the cord that goes with the speaker you gave me yesterday. He said he doesn't have the right cord for it yet, and then mumbled something that eluded my comprehension, and with that I departed without giving the hounds a final pat for the morning. I regret not doing so, but my perturbation got in the way.